A bad Friday for Nicodemus. After Jesus' horrible death, his most influential and secret followers, Nicodemus and Joseph of Arimathea, claimed his body and laid it on the slab inside the tomb. Nicodemus brought a mixture of myrrh and aloes, about 75 pounds. This huge quantity demonstrates how respected Jesus was by these men. Taking Jesus' body, the two of them wrapped it with the spices in strips of linen. This was in accordance with Jewish burial customs. At the place where Jesus was crucified, there was a garden, and in the garden a new tomb in which no one had ever been laid. Because it was the Jewish day of preparation, and since the tomb was nearby, they laid Jesus there. What a terrible day Nicodemus, the man who earlier had visited Jesus at night, was having. His teacher had been put to death in a most humiliating way. As a religious leader, he would have known full well the verse from Torah that said, "Anyone who is hung on a pole is under God's curse." His own Passover was ruined. By involving himself in the burial, Nicodemus rendered himself ritually unclean and excluded himself from the Passover celebrations. Jesus' sacrifice was completed at the same time as that of thousands of sacrificial lambs. 3 hours of strange darkness preceded his death. So the slaughter would have taken place in an eerie blackness. At about 3 p.m., Jesus cried out in a loud voice, "Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani," which means, my God, why have you forsaken me?" He gave up his spirit. He had been led, as Isaiah prophesied, like a lamb to the slaughter. An earthquake serious enough to damage the temple followed. At that moment, the curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. The earth shook, the rocks split, and the tombs broke open. Was any of the usual Passover feasting still possible after this shaking? Did Nicodemus walk home through streets fragrant with the alluring smell of lamb roasting on open fires? Or was everyone picking their way distraught through debris after running in all directions from the temple whose columns were keeling over? Read my full Good Friday story post, What Happened in Jerusalem the Day Jesus Died, here at testimonytrain.com/Good Friday, and at the blogs of CMJ UK, USA, and Canada. Adapted from my memoir Love Triangles, Discovering Jesus the Jew in Today's Israel. This video contains images used under a Creative Commons license.